When Olathe went smoke-free was, I believe, the first community completely banned smoking in the Johnson County area. I was very surprised, and I was upset that that was happening here when I was making a huge, over $1 million investment on this piece of property here, and I thought it would hurt me tremendously. And after we opened the doors here, I realized how good it was to be smoke-free, and that was one of my turning points to help support the smoking ban and try to get the smoking ban to be uniform throughout Johnson County, throughout the whole Kansas City metro area. I think is a very positive step.
The restaurant and the pizza stud place, they both quit the smoking in there in April rather than wait until the 1st of July, simply because they wanted to know what the impact was going to be and whether or not they were going to have to change the way they do business somehow. As it turned out, their business picked up considerably once they quit smoking and got the smoke odor out of there.
Well, I'm very happy that the smoking ban is in place, and I hope that it stays in place for the sake of a lot of other people. 20 years ago, I had a doctor tell me that if I didn't quit smoking, that in 10 years from then I'd be on oxygen, and I thought he was a quack, and he just blew it off, you know. Mm-hmm. In 10 years, it was just about 10 years to the day when I started on oxygen.
I had to say I knew about secondhand smoke and how bad it was, because I'm on oxygen day and night because of other people smoking around me. I didn't ever smoke.
In fact, I do remember a lady coming into the truck stop one time as she was filling her fuel. She was very upset, had a handkerchief over her mouth, and she said, "Your attendant is smoking right next to me and I can't take it." And she was gasping for air. And at that time, this would have been almost 20 years ago, she had been around our employee that was smoking, and it was affecting her. And and at the time I didn't realize how bad it could be. And now I'm that person.
A survey that I took, the data that has been done on polling, all would indicate maybe a 2-to-1 favoring a ban of smoking in public places. Well, that's a pretty strong indicator for the way the public feels about it.
It's very frustrating that it took so long to pass this. The reason it took so long is that outside special interest groups are more powerful than average citizens. We know that over 75% of the public supported this legislation, but the general public doesn't have a lobbyist. The tobacco industry has a lobbyist. The groups that oppose legislation like this have lobbyists. And so the challenge that we had was simply to prove that the public could win and that special interest could lose. And it took a long time, but eventually we proved that the public could win.
Hearing those voices, hearing how important this is to a lot of people, I think this is one of the more important things that I've worked on, because it's really, truly going to make a life and death difference to so many Kansans.
But there's no reason at all for people working inside, for people coming inside that are not smokers, for them to be exposed to secondhand smoke. There's no excuse for that. There's just none.